An Illinois state senator announcing his resignation this week as tons of other Democrat politicians from the same state have recently been the subject of FBI raids or other federal charges. Many of these Democrats that have been targeted by feds recently have ties to one of the state's top establishment politicians from the Democrat Party, Michael Madigan. Madigan was directly endorsed by Barack Obama. One of the many scandals with Madigan previously, one I'd mentioned on this channel, was when Madigan and Rahm Emanuel stole $100 million of taxpayer money to give to Obama for his museum, for his presidential library. And there have been a ton of other completely separate controversies that trace back to Madigan. Another very interesting update, the FBI wiretapped the cell phone of a close Madigan ally. Lobbyist Mike McLean's phone was wiretapped by the FBI. They say this could be an indication that authorities may be looking into criminal activity between House Speaker Democrat Mike Madigan and utility giant ComEd. So lobbyist Mike McLean was raided by the FBI in May, just before the FBI raided Martin Sandoval, this other Democrat. Both are connected to Madigan. Martin Sandoval is also an associate of Madigan. I did a video 2 months ago when his offices were first raided by FBI agents. Now we can look at the most recent update this week that the Illinois Democrat senator is resigning amid this corruption and bribery probe 2 months after FBI agents raided his offices and home. The Illinois state senator sent a letter Wednesday to the Secretary of the Senate. Chicago Democrat Martin Sandoval said he will be resigning effective January 1st. This comes a little over 2 months after FBI agents raided Sandoval's Springfield and Chicago offices and home, hunting for data on concrete and construction businesses, bribery, or theft of federal funds. Amid this investigation, the governor has also expressed concern about the integrity of his $41.5 billion state construction program, in which Sandoval took a leading role last spring. This was one of the headlines from 2 months ago, before this week's announcement by the Illinois senator that he will be resigning. Back in September, the FBI raided 55-year-old Sandoval's Springfield offices at the Illinois State Capitol building and regional offices. It was reported that at least 8 men were seen carrying 2 cardboard boxes, 2 brown bags labeled evidence, and possibly a desktop computer wrapped in plastic outside of Sandoval's offices. Everything was loaded into 2 waiting SUVs. Agents were also present at Sandoval's Southwest Side home later that day, exiting the residence with duty belts, handcuffs, and retrieving wheeled hand trucks. One of the men reportedly identified himself as a member of the Internal Revenue Service Criminal Division. Sandoval was not home at the time, according to a man who answered the legislator's door. Born in the back of the Yards neighborhood of Chicago's South Side, Sandoval won his Senate election in 2002 with the support of former Mayor Richard Daley, another Democrat, and the discontinued Hispanic Democrat organization. So this Hispanic Democrat organization was one of the groups that propped up Sandoval. This organization had to break up as multiple members have been convicted. One of the former leaders of the group, Al Sanchez, went to federal prison for trading city jobs for political favors. Sandoval also serves the 11th District in the South Side and chairs the powerful Senate Transportation Committee. Sandoval was a key player that helped implement a 19-cent increase in the gas tax to help fund Democrat Governor Pritzker's $45 billion plan to rebuild roads, bridges, and schools. This new investigation comes off the heels of a string of alleged corruption at Chicago's City Hall. This article mentions some of these other Democrats from the same state that have recently been arrested or raided by the FBI. Covered some of them on this channel, including Alderman Edward Burke, another associate to Michael Madigan, was indicted by the federal government for racketeering. Burke, who has pleaded not guilty, allegedly used his influence to steer business to his private law firm. In May, the FBI raided the homes of former lobbyist Mike McLean and former 23rd Ward Alderman Michael Zalewski. Agents were reportedly searching for records of communication between the two men and Illinois House Speaker Michael Madigan, top establishment Democrat, backed by Obama, very close to other top Democrats. So many people in this case closely tied to Madigan, and now news of this wiretap likely making Madigan even more nervous. It's thought that these men were attempting to get the electric utility company Commonwealth Edison Company lobbying for Zalewski. Federal agents, they note, also raided the home of Alderman Marty Quinn's brother Kevin Quinn for undisclosed reasons. And there was another big update last month when newly released records showed that the Cook County Grand Jury subpoenaed election records for Marty Quinn in regards to his re-election bid. News outlets have reported that federal investigators have been digging into Sandoval's years-long relationship with energy utility ComEd and its parent company Exelon. The company acknowledged in October that they had been subpoenaed for, quote, records of any communications with Sandoval. A representative of the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Northern District of Illinois, which filed the subpoena, declined to discuss it. A ComEd representative said the company intends to comply with any and all inquiries, and they formed a special oversight committee to oversee it. Exelon executive recently stepped down from the company just days after the utility revealed the subpoena. She had been CEO of Exelon Utilities, which oversees the energy giant's 6 local gas and electric utility companies. Sandoval, the Illinois senator, is a member of the Energy and Public Utilities Committee, and his relationship with ComEd goes back to 2007. Since then, his campaign has received $26,250 in donations, making him one of the top 25 recipients of ComEd donations during that period. Sandoval's other connection to ComEd is his daughter, Angie, who, according to her LinkedIn profile, has been working for ComEd for nearly 7 years, taking on the role of senior account manager in June. According to a copy of the warrant from the raid on Sandoval's office in Springfield, federal authorities were seeking, quote, items related to any official action taken in exchange for a benefit. According to a receipt provided after the raid, agents seized 3 computers, an iPad, 5 iPhones, 7 USB drives, a Sandoval campaign spreadsheet, and several other items. They also mention another FBI raid against another Democrat in the same state just days after the raid on Sandoval's office. Federal agents also raided the village halls in west suburban McCook, where Tobolsky, another Democrat, is mayor, and Lyons, as well as the insurance company owned by the family of Lyons mayor Christopher Getty. The same day as those raids, the feds also visited the village hall in Summit. The Sandoval warrant, this article points out, does paint a picture of a wide-ranging investigation of the senator and his associates. So lots of signs that all of these FBI raids, the many charges against Democrats in the state, and this recent resignation this week from Sandoval, all very likely part of something much bigger going on. Again, very interesting how many of these individuals have close ties to House Speaker Madigan. And then this report also, a new update just from earlier this month, likely making Madigan even more nervous. The FBI wiretap of lobbyist Mike McLean, who was a close ally of Madigan. McLean retired from lobbying in 2016. He said, quote, "I feel like I'm very close to Madigan, and I love him like a brother, and I'm loyal to him," McLean told the State Journal-Register at the time. He originally planned to retire in 2015, but efforts to extend subsidies to 2 nuclear power plants in Illinois owned by Exelon kept him in Springfield. McLean helped pass an Exelon deal that raised rates on ComEd customers by between 25 cents and $4.54 a month. One Democrat state representative at the time joked that energy industry lobbyists, quote, "probably made a lot of money this last year or two." Article also notes that federal agents are investigating $10,000 in payments to former high-ranking Madigan political aide Kevin Quinn from accounts linked to 5 current or former lobbyists for ComEd, including McLean. So what is going to happen next? There has been so much going on. I will continue to cover this and any other related details. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think so far. If you could give this video a thumbs up, that's greatly appreciated. And make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Thanks everybody that has been sharing these videos and sharing the channel to help get the information out there. Also, in the video description are links to my Patreon and PayPal accounts where you can support the channel directly. Thanks again. I'll follow up soon.